Site-specific plan amendment nomination PC 19-LE-006 concerns property located within the Van Dorn Transit Station area, or TSA, along Oakwood Road, south of Interstate 495 and east of Van Dorn Street, at the northern portion of the Lee Supervisory District, as highlighted in the graphic. A separate nomination, PC 19-LE-009, is located directly east of the subject property. The approximately 12-acre undeveloped and wooded subject property fronts onto Oakwood Road, in an area of other undeveloped parcels and scattered industrial and commercial uses that comprise Land Unit D of the Van Dorn TSA. An unnamed tributary of Backlick Run traverses the property. The separate site-specific nomination comprises the remainder of the land unit. Interstate 495 forms an effective barrier between the northern portion of the TSA and the Metro Rail station and the southern portion of the TSA, where the subject property is located. There is currently no direct access to the station from Oakwood Road. Access to the station from the subject property is achieved via Van Dorn Street to Eisenhower Avenue, an approximately 1 mile distance by car or 0.6 miles by foot. To the south and east of Land Unit D are stable, low-density residential neighborhoods located both within and outside of the TSA. The current comprehensive plan recommends office use up to an intensity of 0.5 floor area ratio, or FAR, at the baseline level, with an ultimate development option applied to all of Land Unit D for mixed-use transit-oriented development up to 1.0 FAR. The mixed-use development should consist primarily of office, hotel, and retail uses, with the potential for residential use as a mixed-use component, but only if phased to ensure a mix of both residential and non-residential uses at each stage of development. Due to limited road capacity and connectivity to transit, the plan limits development in Land Unit D to the baseline level until adequate roadway and transit access are provided. The ultimate vision for the TSA includes a bridge connecting Oakwood Road to Vine Street in order to maximize the development potential of the larger TSA. The subject nomination proposes a similar option for mixed-use development up to 850,000 square feet, which would be 1.5 FAR based on the current size of the parcel, and 1.0 FAR based on the size of the parcel before a previous right-of-way land dedication. The justification for the nomination states that development would likely be less than the 850,000 square feet. The proposal would support 50 to 75% of the total development potential as residential use, consisting of townhomes and low-density multifamily housing, as well as office and industrial self-storage uses. Finally, the nomination proposes the elimination of the plan condition requiring residential development to be phased concurrently with non-residential development. Staff's primary consideration when reviewing this nomination is its effect on the ability of the remainder of the land unit and the TSA area to realize the adopted plan for pedestrian-oriented, higher-density mixed use, considering that the plans for most of the remainder of the TSA, including the Vine Street area north of I-495 and portions of Land Unit E to the east, rely on common transportation connections and coordinated planning. Furthermore, the proposed elimination of the residential phasing condition could effectively result in all residential development of the site if the other uses are not developed, further conflicting with adopted plans. Finally, endorsing the inclusion of self-storage as a secondary use on the site may perpetuate an industrial character along Oakwood Road, contrary to long-term plan goals for the area. Developing lower density residential uses and self-storage uses as proposed may work against the area-wide goals, if not considered within the context of the larger area. For those reasons, staff finds the nomination problematic when looked at in isolation. However, the remainder of Land Unit D has also been nominated for review as PC 19-LE-009, which proposes a similar residential mixed-use plan recommendation. Staff recognizes that considering the entirety of Land Unit D may enable a more comprehensive review of the adopted plan for the area south of I-495 to determine if the current plan remains viable or if changes to portions of the TSA plan may be warranted. Therefore, PC 19-LE-006 is recommended to be added to the Comprehensive Plan Amendment Work Program to be reviewed concurrently with PC 19-LE-009 as part of a larger study of Land Unit D and the northern portion of Land Unit E of the Van Dorn TSA.